we begin tonight's ceremony, we invite you to set sail for the future. Join us October 2nd through 7th, 2026, aboard the Virgin Voyages Valiant Lady for the STEMship AI and Tech Leadership Cruise, a 5-day immersive experience designed for innovators, executives, educators, and changemakers. This is not a traditional conference. It's a career accelerator at sea, featuring executive training, AI certification sessions, leadership development, and exclusive pre-cruise seminars, all combined with world-class travel and networking. Learn, collaborate, lead. Reserve your place and be part of the next wave of AI and technology leadership. step in your professional journey. On April 23, 2026, join the Service to Nation Virtual Job Fair and AI Training, a dynamic online experience connecting STEM professionals with leading employers and forward-thinking organizations. Engage directly with hiring leaders, explore new career pathways, and strengthen your competitive edge through AI-focused training designed for today's evolving workforce. Prepare, connect, advance. Register today and secure your place at the Service to Nation Virtual Job Fair on April 23rd. If you'd like to learn more about the event and how you can be a part of it, visit www.servicetonation.org. Ladies and gentlemen, our program will begin promptly at 8 p.m. As a courtesy to our honorees and presenters, please silence all mobile devices. Tonight, we celebrate not only the achievements of our 2026 honorees, but 40 years of BEYA credibility earned through innovation, leadership, and perseverance, and renewed through an unwavering commitment to the future of STEM. Thank you for joining us for this milestone anniversary.
And here we stand, engineers and dreamers hand in hand. From every corner we've come home to the legacy we've built, the seeds we've sown. Some we haven't seen for years, yet their visions echo loud and clear. In these halls where courage flew, we carry forward what they knew. In this moment we rise, we shine, 1,000 stories crossing time. Though we may not meet again, this flame will burn through future men and women. We show the world what we can be, a legacy of strength and unity. We rise, we rise. We were first, we were few, we broke through, turned the old to something bold and new. Now the youth can look and see a mirror of their possibility. To every name engraved in gold, to every story still untold, we promise now with every breath to leave more life, not less in death. This mission doesn't end with me, it grows through every child we see. We rise, in this moment. We rise, we were first, we were few, we broke through, turned the old to something bold and new. Now the youth can look and see a mirror of their possibility. To every name engraved in gold, to every story still untold, we promise now with every breath to leave more life, not less in death. This mission doesn't end with me, it grows through every child we see. In this moment we rise, we shine, 1,000 stories crossing time. Though we may not meet again, this flame will burn through future men and women. We show the world what we can be, a legacy of strength and unity. We rise, we rise. engineers and dreamers hand in hand. From every corner we've come home to the legacy we've built, the seeds we've sown. Some we haven't seen for years, yet their visions echo loud and clear. In these halls where courage flew, we carry forward what they knew. In this moment we rise, we shine, 1,000 stories crossing time. Though we may not meet again, this flame will burn through future men and women. We show the world what we can be, a legacy of strength and unity. We rise, we rise. We were first, we were few, we broke through, turned the old to something bold and new. Now the youth can look and see a mirror of their possibility. To every name engraved in gold, to every story still untold, we promise now with every breath to leave more life, not less in death. This mission doesn't end with me, it grows through every child we see. We rise, in this moment. We rise, we first, we were few, we broke through, turned the old to something bold and new. Now the youth can look and see a mirror of their possibility. To every name engraved in gold, to every story still untold, we promise now with every breath to leave more life, not less in death. This mission doesn't end with me, it grows through every child we see. In this moment we rise, we shine, 1,000 stories crossing time. Though we may not meet again, this flame will burn through future men and women. We show the world what we can be, a legacy of strength and unity. We rise, we rise. And if our paths don't cross once more, no, we've opened every door for the dreamers yet to try. In this moment we rise.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2026 BEYA STEM Awards ceremony. Tonight, we celebrate 40 years of pioneers, innovators, educators, executives, and public servants whose work has shaped industries, expanded opportunity, and strengthened our nation. This year's awards ceremony is presented in partnership with our event sponsors, Actuant, BGE KEPCO, and the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, and we would like to thank them for their continued support of excellence in STEM. We would also like to thank our conference co-hosts, Lockheed Martin, and the U.S. Black Engineer and Information Technology magazine. Please welcome your host for the evening, multimedia talent, performer, and longtime supporter of BEYA, Angela Stribling.
Emerging from the back. Good evening. Hello, good evening, and welcome to BEYA. How is everyone? Okay, that sounds really good. All right. Well, tonight we stand on sacred ground. 40 years ago, it does not seem that long ago, but it's been 40 years. Career Communications Group, under the visionary leadership of Tyrone Taborn, launched what would become one of the most enduring and influential platforms for recognizing excellence in STEM. At a time when recognition was scarce and opportunity was uneven, BEYA made a promise to see brilliance, to elevate leadership, to ensure that talent would not go unnoticed. For 4 decades, BEYA has done more than present awards. It has launched careers, influenced policy, strengthened institutions, and connected generations of leaders across industry, academia, government, and the military. Our conference theme this year, Becoming Everything You Are. I love that. It asks something profound of each of us, not simply to achieve, but to align our success with purpose, to recognize that excellence is not static. It lives, and it carries responsibility. This 40th anniversary marks a turning point. Our ceremony theme, From Credibility to Commitment, a declaration of excellence, acknowledges that credibility has been earned. Now commitment must be demonstrated. Tonight's story will unfold in 3 acts. You'll see. But before we begin Act 1, please welcome David Jordan, Director for Enterprise Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, Social Responsibility, and Military Affairs, to share remarks on behalf of Actalent.
Good evening, BEYA. I'm grateful for the opportunity to join you at the 40th anniversary BEYA conference and to recognize this year's honorees. For 4 decades, BEYA has honored outstanding achievement in engineering, science, and technology. And today, it challenges all of us to turn achievement into action, because excellence isn't a finish line. It's a continuing commitment to create stronger and brighter futures through STEM. Actalent has supported BEYA over 20 years now because we hold this belief in common. We also both advocate a future defined by individual success, but also collective stewardship. As we celebrate tonight, we reaffirm our shared pledge to heed the call of excellence, which doesn't stop at recognition. It must be demonstrated each day with leadership that always seeks to learn while investing in others through mentorship and relationships. Join me in congratulating our award winners, which are some of the best in STEM, who not only excel individually, but most importantly, they pave a path for others and create a brighter future for us all. Enjoy your evening.
Well, make sure to cast your vote in BEYA's Vote to Impact Charity contest. Instead of giveaways, we're giving back. We skip the giveaways on purpose. Instead, we're supporting nonprofits that impact our community. Vote in the conference app to help determine how our donation is allocated. The nonprofit with the most votes receives an additional donation. Voting closes tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and the results will be revealed live during our show. All right. We will begin with the foundation. Before there can be groundbreaking discoveries or world-changing technologies, there must be strong communities, dedicated mentors, and leaders who open doors for others to follow. Act 1, Credibility Earned, celebrates those who use their gifts to lay the groundwork for our future, not only for innovation, but also for service and education. They remind us that true leadership begins with giving back, creating pathways so that the next generation can walk farther and rise higher.
Wow. The next generation. It has been 40 years we've been telling our story. Your story. I'm just an old storyteller. I'm not an engineer. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a mathematician. I'm just an old storyteller. But when I was an actor and storyteller working down in Maryland, I got a call from Marcia Jews telling me Tyrone Taborn wanted to talk to me. I said, what do you want? She said, come and see. Walked in the room, and Tyrone Taborn had a piece of paper that he had laid out a treatment of a story. The name of that treatment was Through the Eyes of a Child. He wanted to tell your story as if he were telling it to a child looking for something bigger. This is Baltimore. And as we decided to stage that show, we brought some children from Baltimore School for the Arts, and we put on a dramatic presentation overnight. We used a teleprompter. Now, you notice I don't have a teleprompter tonight, so if I look like I have forgotten something, you won't know because I'm making it up as I go along. But here's the deal. We are looking at our children and asking the question, do they really know what they can be, what they can do? Well, by the time tonight is over, we'll see. The question is, how did you see life when you were a child?
Profound. Dr. David Wilson, president of Morgan State University, represents an institution and a legacy deeply woven into the fabric of BEYA. The starting point for the first BEYA STEM conference, Morgan State has long served as a pipeline of engineering and STEM talent, and its leadership has consistently championed to elevate the mission, excellence, and expand opportunity. Dr. Wilson's career reflects a steadfast commitment to access, accountability, and outcomes, values that mirror BEYA's founding principles. Please welcome him to the stage to continue our journey through BEYA's legacy.
Good evening. The story of BEYA is inseparable from the story of education. The BEYA Award ceremony has stood as a declaration that excellence in STEM must be recognized, supported, and sustained. You know, at a time when access was limited and visibility was not guaranteed, BEYA made a commitment, and that commitment was to see talent clearly and to honor it boldly. As an educator and university president, I have indeed watched BEYA do more than celebrate achievement. I have watched it build confidence, expand opportunity, and affirm possibility for generations of students who, yes, would go on to become world-class engineers and researchers and executives and community leaders. Institutions like Morgan State University understand the power of that affirmation. We know that when excellence is expected and when young people are surrounded by belief, when they are surrounded by rigor, but more importantly, when they marry that with opportunity, we know that extraordinary outcomes follow. And so tonight's first honorees demonstrate superlative commitment in education, a commitment indeed to our future. Their work is echoed in the generations of students they influence and the inventions and infrastructure those students go on to create. And so, on behalf of Morgan State University, I extend congratulations to tonight's honorees, and of course, congratulations to BEYA on its 40th anniversary. Congratulations. Thank you.
Dr. Freeman Hrabowski is one of the nation's most respected voices in higher education and STEM leadership. As President Emeritus of UMBC, he helped build a nationally recognized model for academic excellence and inclusion and student success. His lifelong commitment to talent development reflects BEYA's belief that brilliance must be cultivated and championed. I am just so proud of my alignment with BEYA, and he's one of the biggest reasons why. Please welcome the 2013 Black Engineer of the Year, Dr. Freeman Hrabowski.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And about that same time, a wonderful poet, our beloved Maya Angelou, spoke to this nation and said, "Lift up your eyes upon this day breaking for you. Give birth again to the dream. Women, children, men, take it, this dream, to the palms of your hands. Mold it into the image of your most public self. Sculpt it into the shape of your most private need. Here on the pulse of this new day, you may have the grace to look up and out and into your sister's eyes and into your brother's face and say simply, very simply with hope, good evening. Good evening, and give poetry a round of applause at an engineering event. Poetry, for poetry. This is a very special night. I think about a visionary, Tyrone Taborn, and all of his colleagues who imagined a world in which we celebrated excellence and inclusivity and STEM at a time 40 years ago when many Americans didn't fully appreciate the impact, if they were not from a certain elite group, did not appreciate the impact of STEM on our society, on human lives. And here we are now, 40 years later, celebrating full generation of people who've come through this. How many people in the room I'm trying to see if I have any students in the room. How many are students in the room? Let me see students. And how many of you were not in the world 40 years ago? I like seeing that because it's perfectly disgusting. I want you to know that. And so when I'm talking about Tyrone Taborn, I could just as well have been talking about Booker T. Washington or somebody from another century, because if you were not in the world, it's all what you read about. And so what you're seeing tonight is you see these Black Years of the Year. You're talking about walking history. And it's important to tell this story. And this may be a time when we are not at our highest moment of hope. But it is a time when we believe in ourselves. And I want you to remember that idea that we believe. A round of applause for believing in ourselves, for young people to know excellence matters. And I want you to remember when I got that 2013 award and I had tears as a young, blind, brilliant singer talked about We Rise Up. He was singing it. And all I could think about, young people, was being 12, sitting in jail with Dr. King's Children's March in Birmingham in 1963. It was literally 50 years before that 2013 that I was sitting in jail, looking out at our parents and thinking, will we be okay? And then there I was getting something called the Black Engineer Award when I didn't even know as a math nerd what an engineer was in 1963. And so I want you to remember this, that just as Dr. King told us we would be okay, that this event tonight is saying to you, you will be okay somehow, that you will be able to make it. And I want you to hear me saying this, that the way you think about yourselves, the language you use, the way you interact, the values you hold will make all the difference in the world. So everybody repeat after me. Thoughts, words, actions, habits, character, destiny. One last time. Thoughts, words, actions, habits, character, destiny. Somebody who has shown us what that means is Dr. Ingrid Padilla. She has a background that is fascinating, having been an environmental engineer, civil and environmental engineer. She works with the National Science Foundation, U.S. Geological Survey. She is working to produce generations of excellence. And it is my honor to present her with an award that gives me goosebumps. It's called the Dr. Freeman Hrabowski Legacy Award. Dr. Ingrid Padilla, please come out. We are so proud of you. You got the award for me? This is like the Emmys, yo.
Good evening. Receiving Dr. Freeman's Hrabowski Legacy Award is both humbling and deeply meaningful. Dr. Hrabowski's example reminds us that legacy is not a title. It is about sustained impact on empowering people, removing barriers, and opening doors for others. My path across research administration, federal service, and building innovation ecosystems that connect academia, industry, and communities has been shaped by one conviction. Credibility, it's built through excellence. Trust, it's earned by actions. If my work leaves anything behind, I hope it is a culture where excellence and opportunity coexist, where the next generation of STEM leaders is not only trained to discover, but prepared to lead with integrity and purpose. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Can you hear me? We're back. Everybody doing all right so far? Good, me too. It's wonderful seeing these beautiful faces. Dr. Tyrone Taborn, always wonderful to see your face. Dr. Lydia W. Thomas is a pioneering leader whose career has spanned decades of impact in engineering, science, technology, and organizational leadership. She was honored as the 2003 Black Engineer of the Year, becoming only the second woman to receive that distinction. Dr. Thomas led Noblest, Inc., a nonprofit science and technology organization, as president and CEO, and earlier served in senior leadership roles at the MITRE Corporation, where she helped guide complex systems, engineering, and R&D work for government and for industry. Her leadership has helped shape solutions across national security, health infrastructure, and environmental challenges. Dr. Thomas's legacy of excellence, mentorship, and service continues to inspire emerging and established STEM leaders alike. I mean, what a resume, right? Please welcome the 2003 Black Engineer of the Year, Dr. Lydia Thomas.
Freeman didn't do his job. I should know better than to follow Freeman. Good evening, everyone. It's delighted to be here. And since everybody is thanking Tyrone, I want to thank Jean Hamilton Tabor. Without Jean, we wouldn't have Ty, believe me. Technology changes fast. Responsibility takes intention. Dr. Tracy Hobson has spent her career making sure the future is built with both ideas in mind. At IBM, she leads global research focused on how emerging technologies shape society and how they should be designed, deployed, and governed. Her work reaches across artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and neurotechnology, translating research into real-world tools that guide responsible innovation at scale. Inside IBM, her leadership has helped move research from concept to product, influencing major business outcomes and global strategy. Just as important, she has invested deeply in developing talent, mentoring researchers, and opening doors for the next generation in STEM. For advancing technology with purpose and accountability, it is my honor to present the Dr. Lydia W. Thomas Legacy Award to Dr. Stacy Hobson.
Good evening, everyone. Legacy is not measured in publications, patents, or even the systems we build. It's measured in the impact we have on people's lives and their livelihoods. My work has been on ensuring that as we build increasingly powerful AI systems, we build them with ethics, transparency, and accountability at their core. I hope to inspire a generation of technologists who understand that our greatest responsibility is not to technology itself, but to the people and the communities our technology serves. To the aspiring technologists in this room and beyond, you are creating the field that will define the next era of human progress. Build it with courage, build it with compassion, build it with an unwavering commitment to ensuring that the power of artificial intelligence serves the progress of human dignity. Thank you so much for this extraordinary honor.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to introduce a leader whose service to country and to the next generation has spanned decades. Vice Admiral Anthony Wins is a distinguished graduate of the United States Naval Academy and a retired flag officer whose remarkable military career included command at sea, service on the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and tenure as Naval Inspector General. The first officer from his class to achieve flag rank. Since retiring, Vice Admiral Wins has continued to advance excellence as National Chairman of the BEYA Stars and Stripes Committee, where he co-founded the BEYA National STEM Student Mentoring Program and the BEYA National Scholarship Foundation, initiatives that have inspired thousands of young people toward STEM careers. Yesterday afternoon, under his leadership, the Stars and Stripes mentoring session brought guidance to hundreds of students, reinforcing BEYA's mission to build leaders before we honor them. Please welcome Vice Admiral Anthony L. Wims.
Good evening. Yesterday, we hosted our 16th annual Stars and Stripes mentoring event, where many admirals, general officers, and senior executive service leaders spent the day mentoring over 450 students from 25 schools across Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. Thank you. Our senior leaders volunteered their time to inspire and encourage the next generation to pursue excellence, particularly in the STEM fields that will shape our nation's future. And let me tell you, these students are absolutely extraordinary. They represent some of the very best talent our country has to offer. And let me be clear tonight, our students are not just the leaders for tomorrow, they are leaders right now. Let me share some examples. Students like Isaiah Crockett, a high school junior who earned an impressive 1440 score on the SAT and serves as president of the North Point High School Robotics Club. Noah Williams, a senior at North Point High School with a 5.0 weighted GPA, ranks second in a class of 456. And Kyle Carter, who participated in our mentoring program for 4 years and is now a 2024 graduate in computer engineering from North Carolina A&T. I've highlighted just 3 rising stars this evening, but the truth is, our program is filled with young people just like them, and we are immensely proud of every one of them. So, I ask you tonight, why do we mentor our youth? Why do we dedicate our time, our energy, and our hearts to this mission? In today's climate, the answer to me, as well as it should be to you, is crystal clear. Because we care. We care about the future of this nation. We care about our young people, the ones who will be our beacon of hope for the future. We care about the moral compass of our society. And we care enough to want tomorrow to be better than today. And you can make a difference. Each one, teach one. To our students here tonight, there is a big world out there with plenty of room for you to build your house. But every lasting structure requires a strong foundation and the right tools. We are here to help equip you with both. If you can earn the respect of others, learn from your mistakes, value every member of your team, and take care of yourselves mentally and physically, You will change the world and make it better for generations to come. And who knows, some of you will one day stand on this very stage in this historic setting and share your stories of impact and leadership. Thank you for the privilege of a lifetime, the opportunity to help shape our next generation of leaders. May God bless each and every one of you, and may God bless America. Thank you.
So inspiring. I'd like to direct you to take a moment to vote in our charity contest. All charities, well, actually, it's Vote for Impact. All charities receive a donation, and the winner with the most votes gets a bonus donation. The QR code is on your table tent, so make your vote count, and our charities will definitely thank you. What we have witnessed in this act is not theory, it is lived commitment. These leaders did not wait for permission for excellence. They taught, they mentored, they advised, often behind the scenes, ensuring that BEYA would be grounded in academic integrity and intellectual rigor. Credibility was earned in classrooms, laboratories, and throughout quiet persistence. As BEYA grew, so did its responsibility. What began as an awards program years ago evolved into an ecosystem. This expansion did not happen by chance. It was sustained by leaders who understood that excellence must be protected. Many of the honorees in this act have not only been recognized by BEYA, they have helped build BEYA. They've served as presenters, advisors, sponsors, and champions, strengthening BEYA's reach and relevance. Act 2 honors those who ensured that BEYA's credibility would endure. This is Act 2, Excellence Sustained.
Chance. There is always a question about whether or not success is caused by chance or choice. Our theme for that year was heritage by chance, success by choice. And we said that there's a tussle between chance and choice, always. Young people are always looking at chances. The problem they have is they never know how to select the one that's ripest. It's like picking a watermelon from a field. How do you determine which one is ripe and ready? And so the question we had was, how do we stage this story to tell young people how to select from chances the best choices? And so we got your stories, and we edited them, and we massaged them, and we dramatized them, and then we put them on a teleprompter and allowed you to tell your story with passion. Because here's what we discovered, that if you do not understand the passion behind a story, you're not going to make a choice of it. You're not going to choose it. If you do, you go to the top. Dr. Shirley Ann Jackson was the person who represented the tussle between chance and choice, and she made a spectacular choice.
I love this. Do we love our storyteller? Yeah, definitely paints the picture. At this time, could all previous Black Engineer of the Year honorees join us backstage? Could you join us backstage? Thank you. Dr. Eugene Deloach is not only a distinguished academic leader, He is part of BEYA's foundation and a co-founder of the event. First, BEYA was held at Morgan State because of his influence. As a longtime advisor and presenter, Dr. DeLoach helped shape the conference's academic vision and national credibility. His presence over the decades reflects the truest BEYA has earned within the engineering community and its commitment to excellence that spans generations. Let us now recognize the 2017 Black Engineer of the Year, Dr. Eugene DeLoach.
BEYA stands as a measure of credibility, integrity, and progress, as they're all embedded in its makeup and have been there since its inception. It began with a belief that excellence in engineering and technology should be a vision affirmed and respected. Over time, that belief became a standard, and the standard became a responsibility. The theme of this moment, from credibility to commitment, a declaration of excellence, reflects the evolution of BEYA itself. Building came next, and now stewardship must guide what follows. Credibility is earned through preparation, discipline, and integrity. Commitment is demonstrated through investment, through mentorship, partnership, and a willingness to ensure that the opportunity endures beyond any single career or generation. I've had the privilege of watching BEYA grow, not simply in size or influence, but in purpose. What has sustained this conference for 40 years is not ceremony alone, but conviction. The conviction that excellence must be cultivated and that leadership carries obligations. The next honorees are those who understood that obligation early. Leaders who helped translate recognition into systems and vision into action. Each of these honorees is a game changer that shifted the conversation and created a new paradigm in their industry. We've come so far over these past 40 years, and I am confident our journey will continue to new heights as we press on. I want to thank you for your support and for the realizing BEYA's potential. Thank you all so much.
If you could break out your phones once again to check out our virtual intros, there's a QR code on the table. Set up your virtual business card and establish a strong internet presence. And now for our next presenters. Everybody doing all right so far? No? Okay. That's good. You look good. Linda Gooden is a nationally respected corporate executive and longtime champion of workforce development and innovation. Throughout her career, she has built bridges between industry, education, and community, ensuring that opportunity and excellence advance together. Her partnership with BEYA reflects a shared dedication to leadership with purpose. Please welcome the 2006 Black Engineer of the Year, Linda Gooden, And joining her is Lane Ballard, Boeing Vice President and Chief Engineer of Global Supply Chain and Systems Engineering.
Good evening. And let me join my colleagues in welcoming you to this extraordinary milestone, the 40th anniversary of the BEYA STEM Awards. Tonight we honor not just individual achievement, but the collective legacy of ingenuity, resilience, and service that this conference has championed for 4 decades. I've been privileged to watch BEYA grow and evolve, witnessing firsthand the impact it's had on countless careers and lives. Over the years, I've met students who became innovators and innovators who became leaders and mentors themselves, a testament to the enduring influence of this community. Being here tonight takes me back to 2006, when I was honored by BEYA as the 20th Black Engineer of the Year. Wow, time flies. It was a magical evening. At that time, I thought it was a celebration of something I had already done. What I didn't understand then was that it was really a call to responsibility. To the students in the room, many of you are seeing possibilities tonight that may not have felt real before. I want you to know that every person you see here on this stage once sat exactly where you are, wondering if they truly belonged. You do. And BEYA exists to make sure you never forget. To the parents and families, your sacrifices matter more than you may hear. The late nights, the encouragement, the belief you hold when your child or spouse is unsure, that belief is often the bridge between talent and confidence. Many of us standing here are living proof of what happens when someone at home, at work, or here at BEYA says, yes, you can. And to the mentors and educators, you are the quiet force behind every success story in this room. Sometimes you will never see the full impact of your guidance, but I promise you, a single conversation, a single nudge, a single moment of belief can change the entire trajectory of a life. And here's the truth that connects all of us tonight. Every breakthrough we celebrate on this stage began with someone who believed, at home, in church, in a classroom, or in a work situation, often long before the world was ready to applaud. That is why BEYA has done for 40 years. It brings together students who dreams, families who support, and mentors who guide, and turns that combination into generations of leaders. Thank you, Tyrone and Jean, for showcasing 40 years of excellence. Thank you for recognizing a need and creating such a brilliant solution. And thank you for making a tangible difference in my life and the lives of so many generations of leaders. Thank you.
Tonight is my profound honor to introduce someone that epitomizes both the spirit and the scientific excellence that BEYA celebrates. Pat Cazot is a visionary engineer whose career exemplifies technical mastery, leadership, and unwavering commitment to creating opportunities for others. After earning both bachelor's and a master's degree from MIT University in aeronautics and astronomics, Patrick began his career at Boeing in 1994 and has since been a distinguished career contributing to some of the most advanced engineers' efforts in the industry. Today, he's the senior director at Boeing in engineering technology, and his responsibility is really finding ways to recruit the best engineers in the world, many of whom are in this audience, as well as once they enter the Boeing company, how do we make sure that we train them and upskill them so that they want to stick with us and solve some of the toughest problems in the world. We're so lucky to have Patrick at at Boeing. His work really does drive innovation, and he's setting a legacy with every day. Patrick's impact goes beyond engineering. As Boeing's executive focal for the BEYA Awards partnership, he champions diversity of thought, inclusion, and mentorship, strengthening the connection between industry and BEYA community, and helping to cultivate future generations of STEM leaders. His career is a living blueprint for what this community values most: technical brilliance, leadership that uplifts others, and a profound commitment to sharing opportunity and inspiring those who follow. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming a distinguished engineer, a mentor, a catalyst for progress, Pat Cazot.
Hey, good evening. Let me start by saying thank you. Thank you, CCG. Thank you, Dr. Taborn. Thank you, Dr. Deloach. And thank you to my Boeing family. I also want to offer a special thanks to my wife, Ronnie, who's here with me tonight again. Happy Valentine's Day. I am humbled and honored to receive this prestigious award, which also celebrates Ms. Gooden's enduring commitment to community and to our future engineers. I am very fortunate to come from a hardworking, working-class Haitian-American family. They set the example for an extremely clumsy child on how to adapt and to excel. I'm also thankful for leaders, some who are here today, that invested precious time in developing me. The key lesson I learned is there's a need to give back, to invest, to develop, and to help others. And let's all commit to follow through on what we've been hearing from some of our amazing speakers, that we continue doing that for our future STEM leaders. Thank you.
I'd like to take a moment to remind you to check out the Southwest Airlines contest. How many Southwest Airlines lovers in here? I love Southwest. They've been a part of BEYA for so long, and I'm so happy about that. Let's make one lucky person a winner tonight. How about that? All right, for your chance to win a free round-trip flight from Southwest Airlines and to stay on top of all BEYA news and updates, please text BEYA.BEYA40, BEYA.BEYA40 to 21000. Again, text BEYA.BEYA40 to 21000. In addition, check out virtual intros to make your online business profile and vote in our charity competition. Vote to impact. Check your table for QR links to these apps. All right? Thank you. Now it is my honor to introduce a pioneer whose work transformed modern aerospace engineering. Dr. Walt W. Brathwaite, the 1995 Black Engineer of the Year, led the digital revolution in aircraft design at Boeing, helping set global standards for engineering collaboration and innovation. Over decades of service, he has remained a devoted champion of BEYA's mission and a mentor to generations of engineers. Please welcome 1995 BEYA winner, Dr. Walt W. Brathwaite.
Good evening, BEYA. Complex systems don't run themselves. They demand leadership that clearly defines expectations and understands operations, and accountability. Angela Johnson Culver, leader, oops, pardon me, pages sticking together. Brings that leadership to every environment she touches. Her work history spans manufacturing, healthcare, education, and government, a history in local and global organizations. She has led large teams and managed mission-critical infrastructures to deliver solutions under real-world pressure. At ABM Industries, she drives integrated solutions for some of the world's largest organizations, shaping portfolios that combine engineering technology, sustainability, and performance. Her influence reaches across industries through board leadership, thought leadership, and a continued commitment to advancing the facilities management profession. For her leadership that turns complexity into quality results, it is our honor to present the Reginald Van Lee Legacy Award to Angela Johnson Culvert.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. This is an incredible amount of attention and awards for my experience and what I do in the world, so thank you so much. For me, legacy is about impact in 3 dimensions. The legacy I've inherited from my family and ancestors, how I apply that legacy in my life today, and the legacy I leave with the people and spaces that I touch. My journey has been shaped by countless experiences that influence how I move through the world and what I hold dear. The values that guide me always push me to be a positive force in every environment. In facility management, many of us work quietly behind the scenes to create comfort for others. While my personal legacy may feel quiet, its impact is lasting, rooted in the ability to deliver solutions with an analytical and creative STEM mind that brings enduring comfort, both seen and felt. I want to thank my parents and my husband and my family for being here to support me, and of course, ABM Industries and JAR Engineering. Thank you.
Congratulations to everyone. Stephanie C. Hill is a distinguished leader in defense and advanced technology whose career reflects service, innovation, and responsibility. As a senior executive, she has helped lead complex global organizations while remaining committed to mentorship and talent development. Her leadership exemplifies BEYA's standard of excellence in service. Please welcome the 2014 Black Engineer of the Year, Stephanie C. Hill.
BEYA! Whoa! 40 years of BEYA. Let's give it up for Tyrone and Jean.
Yes.
And I have to say, I am proud that I haven't been here all 40 years, but I think I've been here about 38 of them. So I am just so grateful because BEYA means so much to so many of us. The lives that BEYA has changed and enriched are innumerable. And so I am so grateful to be here tonight with all of you. So good evening. And one of the things I value most about moments like this is the opportunity to recognize leaders whose influence may not always be measured in headlines, but in results. In stronger organizations, better prepared leaders and cultures that truly work. Modern government runs on technology that has to work, scale, and deliver every day. Jalinda Johnson leads at that level. At General Dynamics Information Technology, she sets the directions for teams supporting federal civilian agencies with digital modernization, enterprise systems, cloud platforms, and mission-critical IT services that millions rely on. Her leadership is defined by execution and trust. Across more than 20 federal agencies, she has guided complex transformations that improve performance, strengthen infrastructure, and modernize how government serves the public. Beyond her role at GDIT, she is a recognized industry voice, shaping collaboration between government and the private sector, and contributing to national cultural and civic institutions. For leadership that drives modernization with clarity, scale, and accountability, it is my distinct honor to present the Stephanie C. Hill Legacy Award to Jalinda Johnson.
Congratulations to all the recipients of awards. And now,
I have something quick to say.
It's my great pleasure to introduce our next recipient.
Thank you for this quick moment. This award is so special to me because I will never forget the first time I met Stephanie Hill over 2 decades ago at a networking event. I was a young engineer, like many people in the audience, trying to navigate the vast ocean of the federal marketplace, and it can be intimidating. Stephanie, a beautiful woman of color, was an executive at the nation's leading defense company. She was the first woman, and certainly the first woman of color, that I'd ever met face to face in such a position. So often you win an award and you've never heard of the person sometimes, and it's a beautiful thing when it's someone you've actually met. She had a quiet confidence, grace, and unmistakable grit. She was the embodiment of excellence. Receiving an award in Stephanie's name is a profound honor. As a technologist and leader, I aspire to use my platform to transform how systems serve people and to leave a legacy that inspires the next generation. Thank you, and God bless.
Beautiful. Congratulations to you. And I am so excited to present the next person. I can say so much about him, but I'll let his experience and everything speak for itself. He's a leader whose career has consistently advanced technology, innovation, and mentorship. Dr. Ken Washington is an internationally recognized engineer and thought leader who most recently served as Senior Vice President and Chief Technology and Innovation Officer at Medtronic, driving advances in AI, robotics, and digital health technologies for global impact. He was inducted as a Fellow of the National Academy of Engineering and was honored as Black Engineer of the Year at the 2024 BEYA STEM Conference, a recognition he humbly uses to inspire the next generation. And can I just say, I love BEYA. Not only for all the things BEYA does, but for introducing me to my husband. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce, and please welcome him back, Dr. Ken Washington, 2024 Black Engineer of the Year.
Good evening, everyone. Well, I can't believe we've gone all evening without recognizing that today is Valentine's Day.
Yes.
And so BEYA is special to me and my wife, Angela, because 5 years ago, you may not know that she introduced me on stage, and then after our activity on stage, we connected off stage. So, happy Valentine's, sweetheart.
Happy Valentine's Day. I'm blushing.
Okay, great. Okay, well, we've got that out of the way. Look, tonight, we honor a leader whose vision has transformed how organizations develop talent and cultivate leadership. Adrienne Somerville is an internationally recognized expert in talent management with more than 3 decades of experience across corporate, government, and military service. She is the CEO of Talent and Technical Solutions Corporation and Somerville Consulting Group, and the best-selling author of Wingspan Talent Management. Through her leadership, philanthropy, and commitment to empowering women and future leaders, Adrienne has helped build pathways to excellence across sectors. It is my honor to present the Visionary Award to Adrienne Somerville.
Thank you. Good evening, BEYA family and friends. I'd like to first express my sincerest gratitude to my BEYA friends and families for this special recognition. I am a believer and benefactor in the power of mentorship. My journey began with my mother and then my grandmother, my first mentor, who shaped my values, confidence, and belief in what was possible. My career has been shaped by mentors who saw in me long before my potential could even be seen by myself. Their guidance gave me credibility, but it was my consistency and commitment to other people that sustained my journey. My vision for the future of STEM is one where access is intentional, mentorship is expected, and excellence is inclusive. As we move from credibility to commitment, I challenge each of us to mentor intentionally, create access, and measure excellence by how many we're able to master to their vantage point. God bless.
Congratulations. It is my honor to introduce a leader whose service, integrity, and impact resonate across military, industry, and academic communities. General Ronald Johnson is the 39th Black Engineer of the Year, the most recently named BEYA Top Honoree, a recognition that honors a career of extraordinary leadership. After 32 years in the U.S. Army, where he retired as a Major General and served as Deputy Commanding General and Deputy Chief of Engineers. He went on to lead strategic initiatives at the Georgia Institute of Technology as Senior Vice President and Chief of Staff. General Johnson's life exemplifies service and stewardship, guiding complex engineering missions, empowering future leaders, and expanding opportunity for all. Please welcome the 2025 BEYA winner, Ronald Johnson.
Breakthroughs don't come from speed alone. They come from rigor, clarity, and trustworthy systems. Achille Foucault-Couchet works at the frontier. At IBM Research, he leads advanced AI efforts focused on building systems that deliver real-world impact. His work has helped shape how artificial intelligence is applied in healthcare, life sciences, and enterprise asset management. From foundational contributions to the Watson system to pioneering neuro-symbolic reasoning tools now embedded in IBM platforms, his research has influenced both the science and the scale of AI. The results speak through widely cited publications, patented innovations, and technologies adopted across the industry. Equally important is his commitment to mentorship and developing the next generation of inventors. For advancing intelligent systems with depth, integrity, and lasting impact, it is our honor to present the Rodney C. Atkins Legacy Award to Achille Fouquet-Couchet.
Good evening. I'm honored and humbled to receive the Rodney Atkins Legacy Award. This moment really feels full circle. 19 years ago, I attended BEYA to support Rod Atkins as he received the top award. He has been an enduring source of inspiration for me and countless IBMers. My journey at IBM Research, advancing basic scientific knowledge, developing cutting-edge research and cutting-edge technologies would not have been possible without the unwavering support from my family, my mother, my brothers, sisters, my wife, my son, and my father who passed away last year. He taught me by example that determination and hard work can really overcome any obstacle. Thank you very much.
Beautiful. Legacy is not defined by titles or tenure. It's defined by continuity, by what stands because you stood for it. These leaders sustained excellence by building institutions, strengthening systems, and ensuring that opportunity did not depend on chance. Every institution reaches a moment when reflection must give way to resolve. For BEYA, this 40th anniversary marks such a moment. Credibility has been earned. Through decades of excellence, partnership, and leadership, now commitment must be demonstrated. This act honors stewards, leaders who understand that the future of STEM depends not only on individual success, but on collective responsibility. Many in this act have walked alongside BEYA for years as honorees, partners, advisors, and champions of Career Communications Group, their broader mission to advance leadership in technology. This is Act 3, Commitment Required. I'm waiting for our friend, the storyteller. Don't bail on me now. He's interesting though, right? I could just listen to him talk about Black history. All right, I might be your griot then. All right, we're gonna give him a break. He can come back out later if you want. Oh, he's coming.
I was not asleep. This is my last appearance. I know you appreciate that. But there's something I need to tell you. And that is that the theme, stretching for the breakthrough to soar beyond the limits, speaks very precisely about what STEM professionals do. Isn't it? You're always stretching for the breakthrough, looking for the new invention, the new excitement, the new discovery, the new development, and always trying to get above the limits. But let's talk about the limits. Because as much as you are working and trying and struggling to invent and create and discover, there are people trying to push you down in the limits. That's our plight in life. And this conference is about spreading the word virally that credibility we have. We've always had it. Commitment, we've had it. And this today, you're going to see a processional of people come across the stage who are the epitome, the embodiment of great, great achievement. So, as we go driving towards the conclusion, understand this that we came to tell you. We are not here to defend our legitimacy. We are here to declare it.
Yes. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back General Ronald Johnson.
Leadership shows up in many forms, sometimes in the cockpit, sometimes in the community, sometimes in the discipline to build systems that help others rise. William Hall III brings all of that together. As a project manager supporting critical government programs at Patuxent River, he has spent more than a decade guiding engineering efforts in environments where precision and accountability matter. His work reflects a steady commitment to excellence behind the scenes. But his impact doesn't stop there. William is equally devoted to service, creating pathways for young people through aviation education, workforce development, and community leadership across Southern Maryland. For a career grounded in service, structure, and lifting others as he advances, it is my honor to present the Captain Donnie Cochran Legacy Award to William Hall III.
I didn't think he was going to do it. Good evening. Let me tell you, I'm not an awards person. I just think of myself as young BJ Hall from Birmingham, Alabama, who, hey, roll tide. Spent a little time in the Saigon projects in Inkster, Inkster, Michigan. Oh, Jesus, I'm sorry, I'm a little shook. I'm not a fan of awards because I think my reward is in the work. I just enjoy the work. It brings me joy. No matter where life takes me, I see myself as the kid from Birmingham, Alabama, just trying to figure things out. But when I saw the excitement in my mom's face when she heard about this honor, she is the hardest person to impress. So it really made me understand the gravity of this award. So standing here tonight, accepting an award named after the first Black Blue Angel pilot, it's truly humbling. So Captain Cochran represents more than achievement. He represents service, courage, and responsibility. His career reminds us that leadership is not about recognition, but about being willing to carry the weight for others and set a standard for others to follow. My path into engineering and leadership was never about chasing awards. It started with responsibility and service. I watched my mother fight for civil rights and stand up for people who didn't have a voice. She is the inspiration behind the nonprofit Reach Back and Lift One, where we introduce the under-resourced students to the world of aviation. She is the reason why mentoring matters to me. She is why I believe community must always come first. I spent much of my life around excellence, opportunity, and resources, but I'm always mindful that talent alone is never enough. Too many capable people never reach their full potential simply because they lack access to the resources that make success possible. I deeply respect those who provide those resources, but just as important are the conduits, the people willing to stand in the gap, the ones who connect those in need to opportunity, guidance, and belief. Because at the end of the day, we all we got. Whether I'm connecting people with opportunity, mentoring, or those with lack of access, or serving my community, the goal is always the same. Build bridges, open doors, and make sure opportunity is not reserved for the connected. I'd like to thank everyone from BEYA for this special honor. Thank my mom for flying up from Alabama, Roll Tide again. And my mentor, DeLance, for coming up as well. And shout out to you, Scott Sanders, beat Navy. Thank you.
Bravo. Congratulations to all the recipients. As president of UMBC, Dr. Valerie Ashby leads an institution nationally recognized for inclusive excellence in STEM education, an embodiment of BEYA's long-held vision. Her leadership reflects the future BEYA has always worked towards: rigorous, inclusive, and committed to developing talent at scale. Please welcome Dr. Valerie Ashby.
Good evening. This evening, we have celebrated achievement, we have honored excellence, and we have lifted the stories of those whose work has shaped industries, institutions, and lives. Now we arrive at a moment of reflection and of resolve. For 40 years, BEYA has stood as a testament to merit, not as an abstract idea, but as lived experience, demonstrated through innovation, discipline, perseverance, and impact. This community was built by people who earned their place through excellence and who expanded opportunity by refusing to accept limits on who belongs in STEM. I'd like to just take a moment to honor a few people in this BEYA community who have meant so very much to me. I want to start by honoring Dr. Tyrone Taborn. Who graciously welcomed me into the BEYA and Women of Color community as I arrived here in Maryland, and he has consistently been an encourager and a friend. Thank you to Dr. Taborn. I'd also like to thank my predecessor, Freeman Rabowski, whose desk I literally sit at every day. I'm still a little amazed. I want to say that the work that he has done for decades has opened the doors to so many students who never imagined the lives and the careers that they could have, including me. I sat at his desk almost 14 years ago now. No idea that I was going to be anybody's president. And he looked at me and he said, "You're a president." And who knew that 10 years later I would be sitting where he sits? That is an amazing legacy, and I am grateful. I am grateful. And finally, I want to acknowledge and just thank my boss, Linda Gooden, who is just an extraordinary, powerful woman and woman of color in STEM and leader. I watch her lead the USM Board of Regents, and she leads that board. And I am so grateful to be under her leadership and her mentorship, and so just grateful that she's a part of this BEYA family and has also welcomed me into it. Thank you, Dr. Gooden. As we close this founding chapter, we do so with clarity. The achievements we honor tonight require no defense. They simply require stewardship. At a time when excellence itself is being questioned, we choose to reaffirm it, not quietly, not cautiously, but confidently. We are not defending our excellence, we are declaring our excellence. The next chapter of BEYA calls on all of us to be caretakers of this precious legacy, to protect standards, to cultivate talent, and to ensure that the pathways we've opened remain strong, inclusive, and uncompromising in their pursuit of excellence. This is our charge, this is our responsibility, and this is our moment to lead forward. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. And now it's my pleasure to welcome a leader whose excellence has already been recognized on this stage at last year's BEYA Award ceremony. Dr. Markiva Morgan is a 2025 BEYA Career Achievement Award recipient, whose work reflects innovation, integrity, and service. His continued engagement with this conference demonstrates the true meaning of BEYA's legacy, that those who are honored return to uplift others. Please welcome Dr. Markiva Morgan, a Vice President and Program Manager for Boeing Defense, Space, and Security, and Boeing Executive Sponsor for BEYA.
Good evening to you. I am so excited to be here with my Boeing teammates and with my colleagues and friends from across industries and domains. I've learned in my career that excellence is simply a reasonable expectation upon which all other accomplishments are to be built. And what is excellence if not the pursuit of perfection? And while excellence might be the pursuit of perfection, I've also learned that the expectation of perfection is foolhardy and self-injurious. Excellence doesn't come in a moment. It arrives over time, and I am getting to the right page because excellence. Thank you for sometimes you have to laugh to keep from crying. Excellence has a way of revealing itself over time, and not in a single moment, but through consistent leadership, earned trust, and results that speak for themselves. Tonight, we recognize a professional who reflects exactly that kind of excellence and the self-grace that it demands. Andre Caldwell is a leader whose work demonstrates what it means to combine technical expertise with vision and responsibility. Across his career, he has contributed to complex, high-impact initiatives that demand precision, collaboration, and forward thinking. His work spans environments where innovation is not optional, it is essential, and where outcomes matter deeply. Andre has built a reputation as a trusted leader, someone who understands both the technical details and the broader mission. He has played key roles in advancing systems, strengthening operations, and guiding teams through challenges that require adaptability and discipline. Just as importantly, he is known for investing in people, mentoring emerging professionals, fostering inclusive teams, and creating pathways for others to succeed. What sets Andre apart, though, is his steady commitment to excellence. He leads with integrity, approaches challenges with clarity, and brings a sense of purpose to everything he does. His impact is felt not only in the projects he has delivered, but in the leaders he has helped develop and the standards he's helped to uphold. Tonight, we honor a career defined by achievement, leadership, and service, and by a belief that success is most meaningful when it is shared. It is my distinct privilege to introduce and celebrate Andre Caldwell.
Good evening. Thank you for that amazing introduction, Dr. Morgan. I will start by saying Luke 12:48 reminds us, to whom much is given, much is required. And I'm just so grateful for all that I've been given and recognize that so much is required of me. But of course, that verse goes on to say, to whom much is entrusted, much more will be demanded. And I stand amongst company today who recognize the importance of that verse. Recognize the importance of another 40 years of BEYA, because we are in trying times right now and there's a lot being demanded of us. But we are entrusted with talent, time, and resources that will give us the ability to move forward. I want to give a heartfelt thank you, of course, to my mom, which I bet you can't guess from me starting with a verse that was a pastor, a fervently praying, deep south, not sparing the rod pastor, who set the example for how to be a person and a standout in a career where stereotypes often had other examples. And of course, I am grateful for my father, who was a working class, salt of the earth individual who manifested a grind for the family mentality, who showed dedication and discipline, and always taught me to be a man of my word. And of course, because it is Valentine's Day, I know she's watching, my wife and my 3 kids, who put the battery in my back every morning. And finally, a sincere thank you to CCG, Mr. Howard McKenzie, my brother, Dr. Mikeeva Morgan, my Boeing family. Thank you all for your support. Cheers.
And just a reminder, could all previous Black Engineer of the Year recipients join us backstage? That's every one of you, and congratulations to you. And now, please welcome Howard McKenzie, Boeing Chief Engineer, Executive Vice President, Engineering Test and Technology, to present the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Good evening, BEYA. I'm so thrilled to be part of the celebration tonight and humbled for the opportunity to present this year's BEYA Lifetime Achievement Award. Some careers don't just follow the evolution of a field, they help shape it. The individual we honor next is someone whose work has influenced not only what we build, but how we think, how we lead, and how we prepare others to carry innovation forward. Dr. George Parker is a distinguished engineer, educator, and thought leader whose contributions span research, leadership, and the development of future talent. Across a career defined by rigor and curiosity, he has advanced engineering knowledge while remaining deeply committed to mentorship and academic excellence. As a professor and researcher, Dr. Parker has made significant contributions in the areas of systems engineering and applied research, helping bridge theory and practice in ways that strengthen both industry and academia. His work has guided students, informed practitioners, and contributed to a deeper understanding of how complex systems are designed, optimized, and sustained. Equally important is Dr. Parker's role as a mentor and advocate. Over the years, he has helped shape the careers of countless students and professionals, encouraging excellence, integrity, and perseverance. His influence is reflected not only in published work and institutional leadership, but in the generations of engineers who credit his guidance as foundational to their success. Dr. Parker's career reflects the values this community holds dear: intellectual excellence, service to others, and a belief that knowledge gains its greatest power when it is shared. His enduring impact in classrooms, laboratories, and professional communities stands as a testament to a life devoted to advancing both people and progress. Tonight, we are proud to honor a leader whose legacy continues to inspire and whose contributions still resonate for years to come. Please join me in recognizing Dr. George Parker.
Good evening. First, I'd like to give thanks to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I'm deeply honored and humbled to accept this Lifetime Achievement Award. This award is not something that I set out to receive. It's a result of life's journey, one which I've enjoyed learning, teaching, mentoring, coaching, collaborating with colleagues nationally and internationally, while contributing to science, engineering, and my work at Boeing and the community. Those experiences gave me the opportunity to be part of something bigger than myself. Along the way, there were setbacks, moments of uncertainty, but through all I learned is still to be still, listen, then return to the task set before me. Over the years, I've had the privilege to serve on several boards of trustees at various universities, hold advisory positions, participate in various technical affiliations, scientific organizations, and programs. But I didn't arrive here on my own. This recognition belongs to the mentors, coaches, friends, family who walked with me, especially my wife, Margaret, who's not here tonight. I would wish her a happy Valentine's. My children, Brian and Maureen, and my 8 grandchildren. I have, by the way, I have 2 of them here with me from New York, and one is asleep with Dad, and the other one is kind of, I don't know if he's playing games, but he's here. And last but not least, my goddaughter, Paris Forrest. What a blessing. I'm grateful for Boeing, the institution, and the teams that trusted me, and the communities that inspired me. So this evening, I accept this honor, not as a finale, but as a renewed responsibility to continue mentoring, coaching, teaching, and creating opportunities for the future generations so that they can flourish. I want to thank the CCG, BEYA Selection Committee, everyone who supported me for this nomination, and most of all to my Boeing family, as well as all of those who are here tonight. So I leave you with this guiding truth that has sustained me over the years. As Proverbs 11:25. Whosoever refreshes others will be refreshed. Another way of looking at that is whoever waters others will be watered. Thank you.
Love that. Earlier this week, BEYA invited our community to take part to Vote in Impact, an initiative designed to turn our collective voice into meaningful support for organizations making a difference beyond this conference. This year, we made a deliberate choice to redirect resources typically spent on conference giveaways into direct support for nonprofit organizations creating real impact in our communities. Over the past few days, thousands of you learned more about the participating nonprofits and cast your votes. This year's Vote for Impact organizations included Be More STEM, the Digital Harbor Foundation, the Ingenuity Project, Project Lead the Way, and STEM CX. Each organization reflects the heart of what BEYA stands for: expanding opportunity, inspiring the next generation, and strengthening our communities. Voting has now officially closed. I have the certificate here, and I'm honored to share the organization selected by the BEYA community. You ready? The suspense. Certificate of Achievement presented to Be More STEM. The BEYA community has selected Be More STEM, bringing everyone more opportunities and relevant experiences in STEM. Founded by Kendrick Tillman, a Baltimore native, educator, engineer, and nationally recognized STEM advocate, Be More STEM continues to ignite curiosity, creativity, and confidence in students through innovative, high-energy STEM engagement. Just thought you might want to see it. Many of you also know Kendrick by another name, DJ 5-Star, where he merges education, culture, music to put the wow in STEM education and make learning unforgettable. He's right here. Yes. Please join me in congratulating Be More STEM and welcoming to the stage Kendrick Tillman.
If you are amazing, clap once. Of course, some of y'all slipping. Let's try that again. If you are amazing, clap once. If you are amazing, clap twice. On the count of three, I want you to say, I am amazing. 1, 2, 3.
I am amazing.
Yes, you are, and there's nothing you can do about it. Sometimes you need to hear that as engineers. We work so hard to try to connect everything we do. I'm just excited to be here. I'm a husband to that beautiful woman, Carol Tillman, backstage. I'm a father to and a grandfather to, and I love my community. The Be More STEM Foundation is all about getting students to be more about science, technology, engineering, and math, and we do that in a way that's unforgettable. Please join us in our Learning Center in Parkville. I would love to connect with you all. Thank you for this award.
Goodness gracious, wow. So what a brilliant young man, right? I know we're all really proud of all of the accomplishments that we're witnessing here tonight. But before we move on, a quick reminder, don't go anywhere after the ceremony, all right? Because immediately following the BEYA Award ceremony, Kendrick will be back as DJ 5-Star, performing at the BEYA after party in the ballroom foyer, right outside these doors. All right? Everybody having a good time? Did you have a good evening so far? Well, yeah? All right, so we've got lots more here, but it looks like I just ended it. Well, I tell you what, we ask you to take a moment to pause and remember the BEYA winners who will be honored in memoriam. 2005 BEYA winner William D. Smith, President and CEO of Parsons, Brinkerhoff, Quaid, and Douglas, Inc. 1994 BEYA winner Dr. William R. Wiley, Director, Battelle Pacific Northwest Division. And the very, very first BEYA Award winner, the inaugural Black Engineer of the Year. 1987 BEYA winner John B. Slaughter, Chancellor at the University of Maryland, President of Occidental College, and the former head of the National Science Foundation. Please join me in a moment of silence to remember these legendary figures. So the thing about having a script, you don't know if you're on the right page or not. So let's just bring them up anyway, and hopefully I am on the right page. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ron Johnson. Well, you know, the joys of live. All right, here we go. We're back on track. I'd like to start this medal ceremony by honoring one of the very first BEYA recipients. Put your hands together for the very first recipient, 1995 winner, Walter Brathwaite. We're going to call your names and then stay on the stage, okay? I'm happy to stand here, but I want you to stand here with me. 2003 BEYA winner, President and CEO, MITRE Systems, Dr. Lydia W. Thomas. '2006 BEYA winner, President of Lockheed Martin, Information Technology, Linda Gooden. '2013 BEYA winner, President of the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, Dr. Freeman Rabowski. 2014 BEYA VP and General Manager, Information Systems and Global Solutions, Lockheed Martin Corporations, Stephanie Hill. Yes. 2016 BEYA winner, Corporate Vice President and Vice President, Technical Services and President Technical Services, Northrop Grumman Corporation, Dr. Christopher T. Jones. 2017 BEYA winner, Dean Emeritus and Professor, Clarence M. Mitchell Jr., School of Engineering, Dr. Eugene M. Deloach. 2023 BEYA winner, Senior Vice President and CTO, GE Digital, Dr. Colin Paris. 2024 BEYA winner, SVP and Chief Technology Officer, Medtronic, Dr. Ken Washington. 2025 BEYA winner, Major General U.S. Army, retired, Chief of Staff and Senior Vice President of Strategic Initiatives, Professor of the Practice, Industrial and Systems Engineering, Georgia Tech, Dr. Ronald L. Johnson. Give them all a round of applause. Well, we ask you to take a moment to pause and remember the BEYA winners who will be honored in memoriam. 2005 BEYA winner William D. Smith, President and CEO of Parsons, Brinkerhoff, Quaid, and Douglas. 1994 BEYA winner Dr. William R. Riley, Director, Pacific Northwest Division. And the very first BEYA Award winner, inaugural Black Engineer of the Year, getting it all out here. 1987 BEYA winner John B. Slaughter, Chancellor at the University of Maryland, President of Occidental College, and the former head of National Science Foundation. Woo! Please join me in a moment of silence to remember the legendary figures. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you someone you all know and love, Dr. Tyrone Taborn.
This is my partner. For over 40 years, we've worked together. This is history. And what I want you to walk away from, tonight we have changed the format of the BEYA conference for a reason. Because we wanted you to see what excellence truly looks like over the years. These are people who have been transformational, who have changed industry, and who continue to make those changes. And I am so proud that they've allowed me to be part of their lifetime journey, that they've allowed me to walk with them, that they have supported me and they've allowed me to support them. The greatest honor in my life, outside of marrying Jean Hamilton and having those two wonderful kids, Ty and Courtney. Outside of that, the proudest part of my family is on this stage right now. So we're going to take a group picture, and then I'm going to ask that the president, the current president of UMBC, who was Technologist of the Year, join us as we make her an honorary BEYA and give her an award as well.
This moment matters, not simply because it concludes our ceremony, but because it brings us back to purpose. When BEYA was created, it was never intended to be just an awards program. It was created to affirm excellence, to make visible what had too often been overlooked, to say clearly and unapologetically that achievement and leadership belong wherever they are earned. For 40 years, we have stood on that conviction. The honor we present now represents the highest expression of it. The Presidential Award recognizes a career marked by sustained excellence, principled leadership, and lasting impact, not defined by a single accomplishment, but by decades of contribution. It is reserved for individuals whose work has strengthened institutions, advanced industries, and expanded opportunity for others along the way. Charles Cruz exemplifies that standard. Across his career, Charles has held senior leadership roles, guiding complex, high-stakes organizations where performance, accountability, and precision were essential. He has led large technical teams, overseen mission-critical operations, and played a key role in shaping strategies that improved organizational effectiveness and long-term outcomes. His professional journey reflects depth and range, spanning engineering system oversight and executive leadership. Charles has been responsible for decisions that influence large-scale programs, strengthen operational integrity, and ensured that innovation was matched with discipline and execution. These are environments where excellence is not aspirational, it is required, and Charles has consistently delivered. Beyond his formal roles, Charles has served as a trusted advisor and board-level contributor, lending his experience to initiatives focused on workforce development, leadership readiness, and institutional stewardship. His perspective has helped organizations navigate change while maintaining standards, a balance that defines effective leadership. Just as significant is his commitment to mentorship. Throughout his career, Charles has invested time and energy in developing others, particularly emerging engineers and leaders. He has been intentional about sharing knowledge, offering guidance, and opening doors, understanding that the true measure of leadership is not how indispensable one becomes, but how prepared others are to succeed. That philosophy aligns directly with the values that BEYA was founded to uphold. Tonight, we're not honoring a single moment, we're honoring a legacy built on preparation and performance, a legacy defined by trust and responsibility, and a legacy that continues to influence people, programs, and institutions. Charles Cruz represents excellence that does not need to be defended because it is evident in outcomes and reputation and in the respect of peers across the STEM community. His career stands as a reminder that standards matter, that leadership carries obligation, and that progress is most meaningful when it is sustained and shared. It is my privilege and my honor to present the Presidential Award to leaders whose life's work reflects the very reason this conference exists. Please join me in recognizing and celebrating the 2026 Presidential Award honoree, Charles Cruz.
It's the moment in your eyes when the future becomes clear. The opportunities ahead, the visions and dreams are here. The hopes of what's in reach. Imagine the possibilities.
Luke 15, verses 4 through 7, contains the parable of the lost sheep, in which Jesus describes a shepherd leaving 99 sheep in the wilderness to find the one. And when he finds it, he rejoices and returns back to his friends. Jesus then concludes that there is more joy in heaven for one sinner who repents than for 99 righteous who do not. This scripture is deeply personal for me, and let me explain. As Ron said earlier, the BEYA President's Award serves as a reflection of extraordinary leadership, innovation, and the culmination of a well-traveled journey. For me, it represents something so much more. The grace, patience, faithfulness of our Heavenly Father. It is to Him that I give all praise and glory for this special honor. You see, I was an indifferent little boy with little desire or direction, who routinely relied on humor to get by. But little boys grow into teenagers who then become men thrust into maturity. And for young men who look like me, that journey unfolds in a world that isn't always accepting. Throughout high school, I kept up this class clown act, yet I was that kid who was smart but just didn't want anybody to know it. It wasn't until the final months of my senior year that I faced my first real-life choice. I had developed now a desire to change my life, but still had no direction. So my options were to stay at home, join the Army, or go off to college. And I knew if I stayed home, I had very little opportunities. So my decision was the Army or college, and my dad, an Army veteran, made that a strong second option. Not to mention my GPA was less than 2.5. I'm being a little generous. You students out there, please do better. So made college this improbable second choice. So truth be told, I didn't know a whole lot about college. But I saw a movie during my senior year that gave me some insight into what I thought college life might be like, at least for an 18-year-old boy. Now, the movie is said to be too long for what little content it had, and the performances were considered lackluster. But School Days gave me the direction I needed. And who says God doesn't have a sense of humor? So after I was rejected, remember that 2.5, the generous 2.5. After that 2.5 GPA, I applied and I was rejected from several colleges and finally accepted to Clark Atlanta University. So in some ways, I guess Spike Lee was my first mentor. Freshman year at Clark was pivotal. It really was a year of discovery for me. Unknown to me at that time, I had this apt for math and science. Didn't know what that meant, but I discovered engineering. And after my freshman year, I left Clark and went to Ohio University. The following year, my life changed remarkably. At 20 years old, I experienced the first of 5 incredible miracles. At 6 pounds, 10 ounces, with a full head of hair, she changed my life. I was a dad. I knew I had to grow up, and I had to do so fast. and pursue a career that would give her the best opportunities in her young, fragile life. It was a rough journey, but shortly after our second child was born, I graduated with honors with a degree in industrial engineering. So what does that mean? Looking back on all that now, I can see that all along, I was that one sheep. The one who wandered, the one who didn't quite know where he was headed, the one who needed a little extra patience and grace. And yet, through every twist and turn, there was a shepherd who never stopped pursuing me. Sometimes he used family, sometimes he used mentors, and sometimes he even used a Spike Lee movie. But every step of the way, I was being guided toward purpose. That awareness has shaped how I view leadership. My career now spans across 32 years, years that began as a young engineer focused on solving problems, improving processes, and delivering results. Engineering taught me discipline. It taught me how to think critically, how to break down complexity, and how to improve performance in measurable and meaningful ways. Those skills and this desire, a heightened desire and drive to outperform everybody, opened doors for me and allowed me to grow from engineer to executive. But here's the thing. Somewhere along the way, I'm not sure when, but somewhere along the way, I realized something just as important. Results matter, but people matter more. Leadership for me became less about optimizing systems and more about unlocking human potential, about creating environments where people feel seen, valued, and empowered to innovate in ways that are authentic to who they are. When you put people at the center and truly invest in their growth, performance follows, innovation follows, and cultures are transformed. With leadership, however, comes responsibility. None of us in this room rise on our own. I'm standing here today because people took time to pour into me, to challenge me, to correct me, and to advocate for me. Sometimes when I didn't even know I needed it, or frankly, deserved it. That creates an obligation to reach back and do the same for others, not just with encouragement, but with access, not just with advice, but with opportunity. We have a responsibility to lift as we climb, to open doors wider than we found them, and to make room at the table for those who have historically been left out. Representation is not about checking a box. It's about expanding what's possible. When young people see engineers and leaders who look like them, who share their experiences, it reshapes what they believe they can achieve. My vision for the future of engineering and leadership is one rooted in a single word: purpose. A future where technical excellence and human-centered leadership go hand in hand, where innovation is driven not just by what we can build, but by whom we uplift along the way. The legacy we are building together is not about titles or awards. It's about the lives we impact, the doors we open, the paths we make clearer for those coming behind us. It's about being willing to go after the one. Invest in that person who may not yet see their own potential, but simply needs someone to believe in them. To the students and young professionals here tonight, your story matters. My God, you matter. Your journey matters. And even if you feel lost at times, know this: you are being pursued by purpose. Stay curious, stay grounded, and never underestimate what God can do with willingness and faith. Thank you, Father, for leaving the 99, for finding me at moments I so desperately needed you, for holding me close and putting me on your shoulder and carrying me this far. And thank all of you for this incredible honor and for the work you all do through BEYA to ensure that no one, especially the one, is never forgotten. Thank you.
You see problems, I see power, in the dreams that bloom and flower. Minds of tomorrow, leaders we need. Believe in them and let them succeed. Lead with heart, make the choices. Success is there, now raise your voices. Lead with heart, make the choices.
Tonight we have honored 40 years of vision, courage, and commitment. Career Communications Group and BEYA not only responded to history, they shaped it. They insisted that excellence be recognized, that leadership be visible, and that opportunity be expanded. The leaders honored tonight now carry a shared responsibility to protect what has been built and to prepare those who will follow. This chapter is complete. The future now belongs to those prepared to carry it. And as we close out, let's carry ourselves to the BEYA after party outside these doors. We thank you for everything that you do. Good night, and see you at the after party.
Misguided paths leading astray. Interesting what you have to say. You and your friends have power within. Children, you're our future, let's begin. You and your friends have power within. Children, you're our future, let's begin. Hey, Mr. Engineer, can I walk with you a while and learn to read the signs of life through the eyes of a child? Say, Madam Engineer, will you let me follow you so I can try to learn how I should lead my crew? Mr. Engineer, honor so grand. What can we gain if we join your band? What can we see? What can we be? Mr. Engineer, set us free. Hey, Mr. Engineer, can I walk with you a while? Can I walk with you and learn to read the signs of life through the eyes of a child? Say, Madam Engineer.
Thank you for joining us at the 40th anniversary celebration of Excellence of the BEYA Awards. We would like to take a minute to thank our sponsors, Actulant, BGE, Pepco, and the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, whose support helps make this celebration possible, and our conference co-hosts, Lockheed Martin and U.S. Black Engineer and Information Technology magazine. We also want to thank our incredible host, Angela Stribling, the pantheon of BEYA winners, and all of you for making this conference one to remember. We hope you have enjoyed your time at this year's BEYA STEM conference. Good night, and let's keep the celebration going.